In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a flyer, a simple flyer like this, with a given resources like the logo, the text, and images. So if you analyze this flyer, we have transparency here. That's white transparency. We also have this swish shape, and we also have this, it's like a post-it effect here. So anyway, I'm gonna go to page 2 here, and what I did, I collected all the resources to create the flyer. So this is the normal scenario wherein a client gives you a logo. Say for example, this is the logo, a picture, another graphic here, and some text. So going back to page 1 here, if you notice it has like a white border. So the client decided it won't be a bleed, which means to say the graphics or the picture is to the edge of the paper. So this one, it has like a white border around. So I'm gonna go to page 2 here. So I know it's 8.5 by 11 and it's a landscape mode. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a rectangle, and I'm going to size this. So what I'll do, I'm going to put 0.125 of an inch around the paper. So that would be my white border. So I click on my rectangle, and I'm going back here. So if my width is 11, so I'm going to put there 10.75, and then my height would be, instead of 8.5, I will put there 8.25. And then how do you center an image or an object into the page? The shortcut key is letter P, so type in P and it centers it to the page. Now what I normally do is I put a guidelines around, just to show that that's the edge of my graphics. So I can grab a guideline by clicking on this, and in the setting snap to objects would be a really good settings for this one, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap it to this line here. Okay, so where do you get that? You click on view and then click on snap to, and you go snap to objects. So again, I'm going to grab a guideline, and see here it says edge. So now that's the edge of the graphic. So I click here and then go near the line, and it snaps to the edge. And I'll do the same thing here, snap, and then snap, and then snap here. Okay, so hit F4 to zoom to all the objects. So now I can delete this rectangle. Okay. Now another setting which is also useful is you go to view and click on snap to guidelines. Okay, snap to guidelines, so that when you're putting some objects or text or graphics inside here, you have it would snap to all the guidelines. Okay. So now I'm going to put my logo here, and then this is the main image that they want to use. So what I'll do, I'm going to enlarge that, and then I'll probably move this up. Okay. Now in here, it's okay to go more than the what do you call this? The guidelines, because what I'll do here is I'm going to create a shape. So I'm going to go to my rectangular tool, and see, it snaps to the guidelines. So I'm just gonna make like a rectangle from here to there, like that. And then I'm going to power clip this. Okay, so click on the large photograph, and then go to effects, and then power clip, place inside the frame. And my frame is this rectangle that I made, so I click on it, and there you go. Now I'm going to put this logo here. I'm just going to stretch it like that. And so that's my logo. And then now, if you notice in page 1 here, I've got this swish shape. So how do you do that? So I'm going to go to my Bezier tool. Let's just say I'm start from here and end here. Okay. So now I've got that line. I'm gonna zoom in here. So I have that line. So what I'll do is I'm going to change this to a curve. So I go to my shape tool, and then I click on this line. Okay. And then here in the properties, you can click on convert to curve. So click on convert to curve, and then we can reshape it. Okay. Shape it like that. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. So now I've got the shape, but if you go back to page 1 here, you've got 1, 2, and 3 curved lines, right? So I go back to page 2 here. So what I'm doing, I'm going to duplicate this one, but when I duplicate this, I'll make sure that the rotation angle is here. Okay, I'll show you how it works. So I click on this line here. Okay, so I click on plus sign my keyboard to duplicate without offset. And I click one more time, and then I can see the rotation handles. See, if I go like this, you notice that's not the one that we want to achieve. So I'm going to undo that. So this one, if you notice this, that is the rotation pin. So while I'm here, I'm going to click on that, and then I'll click on this intersection there. And then now I can rotate. Okay, so go back to page 1 here, and then I'll go plus sign my keyboard again, so duplicate. So it also duplicates the rotation pin, which is somewhere here. So click one more time, and then you go like this, and then plus sign your keyboard again, and go like that. Okay. Now the next thing we'll do here is we're going to put like a smart fill, because what we need only is this shape here, these 3 shapes. So I'll go to my smart fill, and then I'll pour. So now and then I could delete all of these, these 3 curved lines. Sorry, it's 4. 2, 3, and then 4. Okay. So now if you notice, if I'm just going to move this, see, those are 3 separate curved lines now. So I'm going to click on undo, and then undo again. So what I'll do here, I'm going to go to page 1 here. I'm just going to copy this one so that I won't waste my time finding out what color should I choose, and just put it there. And then go back to page 1 here. So now here, I'm going to use my smart fill, my eyedropper tool to sample this color. So I click on color eyedropper tool, and then click on the darkest brown first, and then I pour like that, and then hold down shift to sample another color, which is the middle color, and then hold down shift again to go. Okay, so So this is the curved lines that I created, but I don't want the outline. So if you don't want the outline, you just click on this. Okay, I'm clicking on this tree, or make three objects, and then right mouse click on this icon here, which is the X, and that will remove all the outline. Okay. So now I already achieved this one. Just gonna zoom in here. So now what I'll do is I'm going to reshape this picture here, okay? Because we don't need this part here. So I click on the image, okay, which is a power clipped image. I'll go to arrange, and I'll convert to curves. Okay, so when you convert to curves, now I can reshape it. So you click on your shape tool, and then now this node, I'm gonna bring it up, and this one to that point there. Now we're not done yet. We're going to click on this line here, and then I'm going to click on convert to curve, because what I'll do, I'm going to shape this and bring it like that, so it'll be nice and clean. Nice. Now if your image is to the front, make sure to put it behind. Now in page 1 here, anyway, you got, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some transparency here. So I click on my rectangular tool, and right now my setting is still snapping to guidelines and objects. So what I'll do, I'm going to create one line, and then I'm going to make sure that's aligned, and then I will, you know what, I'll move this first. I'll resize it. Okay. And then what I'll do, I'm going to put white, and then right mouse click on this icon here to remove the outline, and then I'll put transparency. So I go to my transparency tool, and then instead of none, I'll click on uniform, and you notice there's a uniform transparency rate, or you can even change it like that. So let's say like that. Okay. Now what I'll do here, I'm going to make a crossing window to select all these three swish lines, and I'll arrange and then order to front of page. So now it's to front of page. Now to stylize this some more, click on it, and then plus sign in your keyboard again, and then since it's still snapping, it will snap to the nodes here. Let's say I'm okay with that. And with this one, you already achieved their 2 tones of transparency here now. And then of course you can always edit it if the transparency is, you know, it's not working. Okay. Now going back here too, you also have this one here. That's actually white, a white rectangular box, and or shape, and then it has transparency. So I'm going to create a rectangle here, say going that way, color it white. So remove the outline by right mouse click on this icon here, and then get your transparency tool, and then click and drag to the right. There. Again, you can also adjust it according to your likes. I'm going to make this to the size of that. There. So we're okay with the top portion here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete this one. Okay, I'm not going to delete this one. I'll just make it black so that we can save time. Okay, and then let's go back here. So I'm going to create a rectangle again, going like that. And then I'm going to color it like the darkest color here. So I click on my eyedropper, sample color, and then pour. And then remove the outline, right mouse click on this. I also noticed that the image has an outline, so I click on it, and then I'll just right mouse click on this X icon here, and now it disappears. Now I'm going to put this text here because it says software engineering, okay. And I'll make it white, okay. And then notice here in page 1, oh, I already deleted, but anyway, it has like a transparency. So again, go to your transparency tool, click and drag to the left side, and now you have a transparency, a radial transparency, okay. Now I'm okay with this one now, so what I'll do, I'm going to create another block here, a rectangle. So it's really nice if it snaps to guidelines, so I don't need to see, a line or something like that. So I'll touch it to this one here, and then I will plus sign your keyboard, and then I'll bring it like that. Let's say like that. Okay, so now I'm ready to go to my color eyedropper, and let's say I'm going to sample that and pour it here, and then maybe sample this one too. I hold down shift and then click here and there. Okay, now remove the outline, right mouse click here, and then I'll make this to back, so to back of page, so arrange order to back of page. Okay. Now I want it to be differentiated with this color and this, because it seems to me it's the same color. So I click on this this rectangle here, and then I'll go to my white here, and then hold down control. Okay, hold down control first and then click on white. So what it does, it makes like it pale of that color, like a tint. So we're going to use this one too. Hold down control and then click on the white icon there, and now we have that. So now I'm going to put my text. Okay, so I'm going to put my text here. Okay, just to make it faster, what I did, I already typed it down, and I think this is the one here. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, so now how do you align the text? Let's say, for example, you got this and then this one here. Okay, so how do you align? So click on the paragraph and click on the second paragraph and click on the heading here, and type in letter L to align to the left. If you notice, it moved, right? Okay, and you can do some minor adjustments here again. Okay. And then this one, I'll just move going to the right, and then I'm going to color this heading to that color. Just want to make it bigger, and then what I'll do, I'm going to capitalize some of the words, because that's kind of like a style. Now you can't really understand these words here because that's just like a dummy text. But anyway, so it's like that. And then notice here too, there are like bullets. So what I'll do, I'm going to create a square. Okay, when you create a square, hold a square. While doing that, hold down your control button and then drag, and then you notice you'll have like a perfect square. So I'm gonna put it here. Okay, in this time, we don't need the snap to objects anymore, so we're just gonna activate that if we need it. So we go to snap to and then remove guidelines and remove the snap to objects. Okay, so now we can move things around smoothly. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm going to make this as the darkest color. Okay, oops, and then I'm going to remove the outline, right mouse click here, And then I'll go plus sign in my keyboard to duplicate without offset, and then bring it down. Plus sign again, bring it down. Plus sign, bring it down. Okay, so now I can remove that. I don't know why that made an outline. Okay, so and then I'm just gonna put this one here, and I'm going to put this ones too. Sorry, actually this one goes here, and this one goes here. Now if you look at the original too, it has like this kind of shape. Okay, so what I'll do the same thing. So I'll create a rectangle from here. Okay, so this time we need the snap to guidelines, so we just activate it. Go view, snap to guidelines, and I'll go here and see it snaps, because what I'll do, I'm going to create another box like that, and then I'm gonna move it to the right side, and then I'm going to color this one. So let's just say this color here. Okay, now of course I'll put this to back of page, arrange, order to back of page, remove the outline, and I'm going to lessen the darkness here. I'm just going to hold on control and click on this white button until it changes. I think I'm happy with that one. Okay, and now I'll just get the heading for this. Okay, I don't have the heading, but anyway, I'm just going to duplicate this. This is just a placeholder anyway. And then this one here, okay, so the client gave me this. So what I'll do, I'll just put it in this side here. Okay, so arrange, order to back of page. And then I'm gonna put all this text here. Put here. Click one more time to rotate. Okay, so now this one here. So same thing. Click one more time. It rotates. Okay, so you have to be consistent in your rotation. And this one too is click another time and then adjust. Okay, I hope I was able to adjust it. Okay, so anyway, that's the one. And then I'm going to, I guess we don't need this anymore. And then I'm going to put the website here. I'll make it the same color as this. Click. And then we'll move it over there. Maybe just shrink it down like that. Okay, so F4 to see the whole thing. And now you have a flyer. Okay, so now we can go to view and then click, just remove the visibility of the guidelines by clicking on this or by unchecking it, and there you go. A simple, easy to do flyer, designing a flyer in CorelDraw. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.